Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
But if you're somebody who does not want to consume anything that's considered a narcotic, then that could be problematic.
We have a strict policy, Judge, at our office.
It is not a narcotic, though.
In my courtroom, it's about equity and fairness. Stop. Is that true? I don't want you to understand. I want you to overstand.
Yes, sir.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. Justice should be more than just some foreign concept. I actually want you to learn something. That's not gonna happen. Not up in here, not today. And boom goes the dynamite.
Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Daniel Fort Worth is suing Ashley Williams in the amount of $5,000.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
Mr. Fort Worth claims Ms. Williams brought a cake laced with Kava to an employee potluck and says he sent his staff home after the dessert made him dizzy.
All parties have been sworn, Your Honor.
The Deputy Thomas.
Mr. Fort Worth, sir, you're suing Ms. Williams. Apparently something happened at your place of employment and you want her to compensate for that loss in the amount of $5,000.
That's exactly right.
All right, sir, prove your case.
Well, she is a person that is guilty, I think, of negligence because she brought in...
She's guilty of negligence. Those are two different terms. Negligence involves civil action.
I'm suing her for negligence.
You're suing her for negligence, so you
$5,000.
think she's liable for negligence.
She owes me.
If she were guilty, we would be looking at her doing jail time, potentially, because she would have committed a crime.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
You're saying that she was engaged in behavior that she should not have been engaged in and you suffered a loss.
Well, she brought in this cake that was infused with Kava.
Okay, we're talking about this Kava, and I don't know a lot about it. I've been doing some research, but I want you, Ms. Williams, to talk to me about what is Kava and what was it doing as a part of an ingredient for a dish that you brought into work?
Well, honestly, I didn't know about it either. It was an honest mistake.
Let's talk about that. Why was it a mistake if you're the one that brought it in?
Right. So the night before the potluck, my daughter and I were baking. We bake a lot to bond. We love it. And we made the exact same chocolate cake. All my ingredients, we cooked it together, baked it together. And then the next morning, I was to bring one of the cakes to the potluck. And here you can see, I took a picture because...
Yep, I like to see it.
Yeah, they were so beautiful.
Okay.
And
these are the cakes that you made at home with your daughter?
Yeah, no.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
It's called a deep chocolate cake. And the one on the right has some...
They look really good.
Yeah, the one on the right is even exceptionally beautiful.
I'm a sucker for sweets, so you are showing this to the wrong person. Okay, and you said you had the same ingredients, but you didn't have the same ingredients.
Well, I did not know that at the time.
Because you all are doing this side by side?
Yes, but if you notice, the cake on the right has some like tooling on it, some white tooling.
Right.
That my daughter did that night, but I was already gone to bed.
Okay.
So I thought it was so beautiful, so I said, that's the one I want to take to my coworkers, because I've taken this cake before and they've loved it.
Okay.
So I took it to the potluck and I set it down and the employees went mad.
All
so
right.
I said, hey, let's wait till the,
And did you have some of the cake as well, sir?
I had quite a bit. I actually had more than everybody else.
You have a little sweet tooth yourself?
It was irresponsible for her to bring that cake in, not knowing
why did you have so much?
What her daughter had
Why did
as
you
an
have
ingredient.
so much?
It tasted very good.
A little too good.
I didn't know it was infused with Kava, which is dangerous to the body.
Right, and that's why we're here, because you were unaware. Now, did you have a conversation with your daughter at some point?
Well, about 45 minutes in of people enjoying the cake, my daughter calls me, and because she had noticed I had taken the one she had done, she said, Mom, tell them not to eat the cake. And I said, why? Because I put Kava in there. She had made it for her friend who suffers from anxiety. So Kava is good for anxiety. So I was like,
but why did she tell you, tell them don't eat the cake?
Why did she? Oh, because it can relax you, and we were in a work environment, and it can.
So it's a stimulant.
It's actually a depressant.
It can put you to sleep too.
Yeah, it's a depressant. And it's good for anxiety and just sanding down the edges, basically. And
But if you're somebody who does not want to consume anything that's considered a narcotic, then that could be problematic, especially for the person who is responsible for the safety of the employees.
We have a strict policy, Judge, at our office.
it is not a narcotic,
There's no
though.
alcohol
Oh, it's not a
or
narcotic.
any
No, you
drugs.
can buy it at the
There's
store.
nothing
It's a supplement.
allowed
It's an
there.
herb.
Oh, it's more of an herb.
Yeah, it's not a narcotic. It's not a drug. No.
Like I said,
But it has the effect
I don't
of
know
drugs.
anything about it. This was the first time I had even heard of it. You knew something about it.
I didn't. When she told me, I was like, what is that? And I actually looked online and I said, okay, let me tell everybody to stop eating it.
Coming up on America's Court.
Why are you laughing?
Well, just because I probably ate about half as much as Mr. Fort Worth, but I ate a lot.
Okay, you ate a lot. And are you on it now?
No, sir.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program. America's Court is back with the case of Daniel Fort Worth, who is suing Ashley Williams for negligence.
When you looked online, what information did you ascertain?
That it relaxes people and it helps you with anxiety.
Okay, and
Right.
what information did you get
It
from it?
causes liver damage. It causes euphoria.
Well,
It
maybe if you
causes
eat as
people to
much as
get
you
silly.
did, yes.
And,
But you're the one who brought the cake. Did you have a limit on how many slices he could have?
No, I didn't.
No, so he
Yeah.
could have eaten the whole cake.
Well, I mean, that would have been selfish, but yeah.
Well, in
Judge-
theory, he could have. And
Sure.
how many employees are we talking about?
We have 24 employees.
And how many would you say consumed the cake with the
I
Kava
would say we
Kava?
got it started with about 8 people that started eating.
So as many as 8 people consumed the cake.
Right.
And did you feel the effects of the
I
cake?
felt the effects because I had more than anybody, and I was
Well,
afraid that
Well, what did you feel, sir?
I felt sick to my stomach. I felt dizzy in the head. I felt sleepy at the same time. I was afraid that our employees weren't going to be able to actually do the telemarketing that they do.
He's
And for
And I had to close the
exaggerating.
company down.
I do remember, because I actually did my own research on this, and from what I remember, it does cause drowsiness, it does cause upset stomach, and you could be dizzy from it. And if anyone is operating a vehicle, potentially, they could be impacted by
Correct.
these symptoms. And these folks are at work, and you said something about a strict drug policy.
We have a policy. We don't allow any kind of drugs or alcohol, and I was forced to shut the company down for the day. I had an email sent out to everybody, and we told them to go home because we couldn't function for the rest of the day properly.
Okay.
Nobody else was intoxicated. Nobody.
It has a delayed effect, Your Honor.
Okay, you're saying nobody else was intoxicated. How do you know that?
Well, I have a witness here to testify that
Okay,
no.
sir, coming up. And your last name?
Garcia?
Mr. Garcia, what's your story? Why are you here, sir?
Well, Judge, I'm actually here to defend my ex-supervisor, Miss Williams, because...
You also worked at the company.
Yes, sir, I did.
All right, and
I don't know.
When this happened, you were present?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And why is it that you're no longer with the company?
I just felt like it was just not really a good work environment,
Okay,
actually.
you just decided to move on to, it had nothing to do with this incident.
No.
Okay. And while you were there, what's been your understanding as to the policy that Mr. Fort Worth is referring to about no drugs, no alcohol? Is that true?
That's true, but I think that Mr. Fort Worth is exaggerating the situation.
We're not talking about the Kava Kava. I'm saying in terms of the policy, is that something that's known, that he frowns upon any sort of bringing alcohol
100%.
or anything that's considered outside the realm of traditional business?
100%. No mind-altering drugs at all.
Okay. Did you have some of the cake?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Pretty tasty?
It was a good cake.
It was a good cake.
Yeah.
Okay. Why are you laughing?
Well, just because I probably ate about half as much as Mr. Fort Worth, but I ate a lot.
Okay, you ate a lot. And are you on it now?
No, sir.
I'm teasing you. I'm giving you a hard time. But when you ate the cake, were you familiar with Kava Kava before?
Not at all.
All right, and describe what you recall in terms of how you were feeling.
To be honest, sir, I didn't feel anything. I thought it was a normal work day.
See, I
thought it
think
was
he's
pretty
got
great.
a tolerance. He's probably
Well,
a
then you're
pot head.
speculating now, sir. That's not helping your case, speculating as to this person. I mean, if anything, he's just giving his perspective. Now, are you someone that indulges in narcotics, and I'm not saying whether they're illegal or not, but do you feel as though you have a higher tolerance for things like alcohol or marijuana or anything of that nature?
I don't know if I'd say that, but I have in the past.
You've indulged?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you felt the effects of those items on your person, on
Yes.
your body? And you're saying, in comparison, you didn't feel anything with this?
Not at all.
It didn't have any impact on you whatsoever?
No, just a sugar high.
Okay, so you had the sugar high.
Yeah.
And Ms. Williams, did you consume any of it?
I had a bite.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And why do you think it's so important for Mr. Garcia to help your case? What do you think he's here to convince me of?
Nobody felt what he was saying he felt. There were other people eating, and even when I told them to stop, they looked at me like, why? I told them what was in it, and they kept eating. And they were fine, they were having a good time.
And were there at least 8 people that consumed the cake?
At least, yes.
Okay. We're not talking about the 3 of you in that 8.
Him, he's a.
He was one.
Yes.
He was one of the 8.
Yes.
Was Mr. Fort Worth one of the 8?
Yes, yes.
Were you one of the 8?
No.
Okay. So including you, we're talking 9 people.
Okay, yes.
So we've got 9 people potentially impacted by this cake with Kava Kava. We've got one person saying, I didn't feel anything. We have another person saying, I felt a lot. Mr. Garcia, did you have anything else to add, sir?
No, I just feel like Miss Williams is being wrongfully accused.
Wrongfully accused of what? Bringing a cake with Kava Kava in it?
I just feel
Right?
like she's wrongfully accused of trying to maybe intoxicate and drug our
Is that what you're
employees.
hearing? Since you've been sitting there, do you think that's what Mr. Fort Worth is saying, that she intentionally tried to intoxicate people?
Yes, sir.
That's what you're hearing from Mr. Fort Worth,
That's
that
what
she
I'm hearing.
intentionally did this.
Yes, and his attitude towards her after that it seemed that way.
Okay. His attitude was reflective of him not being happy given the policy that he's already implemented and the people at the job knew about.
Sure,
Fair enough?
sure.
Okay, I got it. Thank you, sir. You may have a seat.
Coming up on America's Court.
You're essentially, if I'm hearing correctly, you're basing this on because I didn't know about the Kava Kava, I shouldn't be responsible.
Yes.
Is that fair to
That's
say?
what I believe.
Okay.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program. America's Court is back with the case of Daniel Fort Worth, who is suing Ashley Williams for negligence.
Anything else, Ms. Williams?
Yes, I just want to add that everybody was having a good time. We were bonding, we were giggling, and I
Okay.
feel like if I had brought a store-bought cake in and people had gotten sick, would that have been my fault? You know what I mean?
Well, it depends. So let's go with that example.
Okay.
You buy a store-bought cake. The expiration date says June 1st. But you leave it out and then you bring it, it's got a little mold on it, you cut it off. You bring it anyway, it's a month later, people get sick.
Okay.
Then the question becomes, did you engage in failure to exercise reasonable care as related to that food?
Well, can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Well, no, I'm saying the question was, why would you say yes, that in that case you could see how you would be responsible?
Oh, yes, if
And
I had
what's
cut the
different?
mold off and I knew it was expired, absolutely.
Right.
But,
So in
yeah.
that scenario, what we're talking about is essentially your knowledge and then going into a situation where you had knowledge and yet you served the cake anyway. Because if you knew it had mold, but you cut it off, but you knew
True.
that the expiration date.
Right.
You're essentially, if I'm hearing correctly, you're basing this on because I didn't know about the Kava Kava, I shouldn't be responsible.
Yes.
Is that fair to say?
That's what I believe.
Okay.
Yes.
And you think that's the standard as it relates to your knowledge?
Yeah, I think so.
Got it.
Coming up on America's Court.
Because from the time that the cake was consumed, you immediately said, everybody go home?
After everybody had taken a piece, I dismissed everyone for the rest of the day.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program. America's Court is back with the case of Daniel Fortworth, who is suing Ashley Williams for negligence.
What's your position on that?
Judge, my problem is that I lost revenue on that day. And if you look at the revenue chart
I'll take a
wanna
look.
see all this?
Sure.
that I have, it
Yes.
shows the
give me
day
everything.
before.
The $5,000
Anything else?
reflects what, sir? What type of business do you have?
Jesse?
We had a business that was $12,000 profit a day.
No, I'm saying what type of business is it?
Oh, it's an electronics business that we do retail sales over the phone. It's all telemarketing.
Okay, you have a telemarketing company.
Right.
And the individuals that were participating in the potluck, are they the telemarketing reps?
They are.
So they're on the phone trying to make sales for your business.
Exactly.
And after this situation, but this happened around the lunch hour, right?
No, it was supposed to be eaten at lunch, but as
What time
Ashley
did all
said,
this start? You couldn't
people
wait to
started
get.
in-
You couldn't wait to lunch. You were the first
People
one saying,
started.
"Let me
I probably had the.
I'm gonna have me some
I
coffee
probably
and I'm
got
gonna
the
have me
first
some
piece.
cake and we're gonna get it on."
That's right. It was delicious.
All right.
All right. It
So
really
you're
was.
not disputing the fact that it
But
was tasty.
I lost money.
But
I feel
did
like
you
I-
immediately decide to? And here you have me with a good 8 pages of Kava benefits and safety
Right.
concerns, and it is considered an herbal remedy. I saw that. It does.
It has the effects of drugs, but it is not a drug technically.
Because from the time that the cake was consumed, you immediately said, "Everybody go home."
After everybody had taken a piece and I had the effect that I had, I realized that there was something wrong. I dismissed everyone for the rest of the day.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program.
Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel has to come down in favor of the plaintiff. I think we can all agree, and especially after seeing you and I read the complaint, but hearing you testify, there's nothing within me that believes you did this intentionally. That had you been able to take that day back, you would have gotten that cake that you made. It would have been served. Everyone would have been giddy and happy, and the camaraderie. Sales would have gone through the roof because everyone would have been on a sugar high, and there would be no problems. But the mere fact that you didn't intentionally serve this Kava does not negate the fact that you still have an obligation. If you're going to provide food for people, it's got to be food that can't cause the type of disruption that was created. You're going to have to come up with that $5,000. That is the order. Judgment in favor of the plaintiff. Case closed.
All rise.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $5,000.
I know it wasn't your fault, but still, you should have been responsible enough to know that your daughter had this ingredient. She should have told you.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.